Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to an ESPN NFL 2K5 Franchise Dynasty run with the Philadelphia Eagles. It is week 4 in season 1, and it is time to travel to Chicago to take on those Bears. Currently sitting at 2-1, the Bears, always known for their elite defense behind the linebacker Brian Urlacher in this era of the early 2000s. They're hoping to make up for their weak offense with that elite defense against this Philadelphia Eagles team. Eagles, Bears. Let's see this clash of the NFC Titans. And welcome to Chicago Fields here in beautiful Chicago, Illinois. We're here in week 4 of the 2004-2005 NFL season. The sun is still shining and it is warm here in Chicago. Darren Howard recently picked up after being released from the New Orleans Saints, holding down this wonderful line for the Chicago Bears, and Corey Simon, of course, that elite defensive tackle at the head of the Philadelphia defense. Looking to the coin toss, the Eagles call it as they are the away team. They call it tails, they get tails, the Eagles will receive and get the first possession of the day. Westbrook getting the first carry of the first possession from the Eagles, runs it to the left for 7 yards. Buckhalter taking the second carry of the day up the middle for 2 yards, the stop there by Robinson. And on the 3rd and 1, Ritchie runs it up the middle for 2 yards. Howard with the stop. They will pull out the chains on this first drive, and they get the first down by the hairs of their chin. Ritchie running up the middle for the first down, 2-yard gain. McNabb on the Philadelphia 31, pass deflected by Lance Briggs, looking over the top to the right side. 2nd and 10 now. McNabb passing deep to the left side for Todd Pinkston. Over the top to the right side, He takes it down and gets a big first down, 21-yard gain for the Eagles on that pass play. 1st and 10 from the 48 Chicago territory. Westbrook running up the middle, sheds a couple tackles, drags a couple guys with him, 9-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 1, Buckhalter running right for 4 yards. Briggs takes him down, but that is a gain of 4 yards on the play. Another first down for the Eagles on this first drive. McNabb rolling away from pressure, throws it over the middle where his pass is deflected by Brian Urlacher, bringing up 2nd and 10. Westbrook takes the scramble to the sweep to the left and loses 3 yards on the stop by Robinson. 3rd and 13 now. McNabb trying to keep the drive alive, rolls away from pressure to his left, sees a hole in front of him, runs into daylight and slides forward for a gain of 17 yards on the scramble from McNabb. Another first down on this opening drive from the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll take another look here. The coverage was good downfield, but they left the middle of the field wide open for the legs of McNabb, and he uses them to perfection, scrambling for those 17 yards. 1st and 10 from the 21 now. Westbrook trying to get something going, only gets a 1 yard to the right side before Urlacher takes him down. 2nd and 9. McNabb passes to Westbrook on the flat on the left side. Urlacher is there again to take him down for 2 yards. 3rd and 7, McNabb passing to the end zone, looking for his tight end, Chad Lewis. This one bounces off his shoulder pad, incomplete, which leads to a 35-yard field goal from David Akers, and the Philadelphia Eagles stall out on this first drive after a good number of first downs, but David Akers hits the 35-yarder, and the Eagles go up 3-0. The Bears taking over from their own 32. Thomas Jones runs up the middle, gets 6 yards before Lewis and Kalu take him down. 2nd and 4. Jones running to the left side, gets 7 yards across the first down line. Dawkins tackling him out of bounds, and the Bears have their first down of the day. 1st and 10 from their own 45. Grossman finds Justin Gage over the middle for 4 yards. Brown and Trotter there for the stop. On 2nd and 6, Jones runs it on the toss play to the right side. Wayne and Dawkins there to stop him, but he gets the first down from the Bears, and they have a 1st and 10 in Eagles territory on their 45. Grossman looking around, throws it to the right side. Pass deflected by Lewis, almost hauled it in for an interception himself. 2nd and 10. Jones runs it to the right side, is going to get 7 yards on this play, reaching forward on the tackle from Nate Wayne. On the 3rd and 3, Grossman looking to keep the drive alive, throws to the left side, and Dawkins is there to deflect it and get the punt, and the Bears will send it away after that 3rd and 3 is deflected by Dawkins. 1st and 10 from the Philadelphia 7 after the great punt, and Westbrook decides to get some room out of the end zone from behind them. Gets 18 yards on the play, tackled by Mike Brown, and let's take a look at this one. Nothing but daylight and good blocking from the Eagles here as Westbrook uses his speed to get out to the right side, loose for 18 yards, and that is going to take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, the Eagles leading just slightly, 3-0 here in Chicago. Starting in the second quarter, 1st and 10 10 from the 25. McNabb finding Westbrook, and even though Westbrook is much smaller than his defender Green, he finds the ball, he's off to the races, he gets all the way down to the 5-yard line before being taken out of bounds by Michael Green. That is a 71-yard gain for Brian Westbrook, Mighty Mouse himself. You can see that pass from McNabb perfectly placed into Westbrook's hands, and Speedy himself is off to the races, crosses the 20, crosses the 10, manages to get all the way to the 5 before Green is able to take him down out of bounds, and we have a first and goal from the 4-yard line for the Eagles. First and goal, McNabb wanted to get T.O. another touchdown. He had it in his hands. It bounces out of his hands on the contact. Buckhalter, again, thinking he's in the end zone, gets dragged down right beforehand, and then the man of the hour, Brian Westbrook, into the end zone. Touchdown Eagles. The score now 10-0 here in the second quarter, and the Eagles are starting to pull away from the Bears. First and 10 from their own 24. Grossman throws it over the middle, and Jeremiah Trotter wants more daylight. He intercepts the pass over his shoulder. He was looking for the end zone. The guard Gibson able to take him down before he finds himself into a pick six, but Jeremiah Trotter has done the damage. He rolls back in coverage, he flies over his left shoulder, grabs the pass out of the air, and is running it back towards the other side, and the Eagles looking dangerous already in the red zone on the Chicago 18. Buckhalter getting the draw up the middle, takes it for 5 yards before Tillman knocks him out, and he literally knocked him out. Buckhalter will be injured on the play. He will not return to the game for the rest of today, and he will be out for a few weeks. The Admiral is on the sideline. Second and 5 now. McNabb looking end zone for Owens again over the top, and Owens just mosses his defender, complete for 13 yards, and the Eagles are turning this one into a blowout in the first half. 17-0 the score for the Eagles visiting in Chicago. The Bears trying again from their own 22. Grossman throws it to the right side. His pass deflected by Dhani Jones, was asking for that one to be intercepted yet again. Second and 10. Grossman throwing right, deflected off of the back of Brian Dawkins. He was hawking for that pass for sure. Third and 10 now. Grossman trying to get something going, finds Justin Gage over on the left side, complete for 17 yards. Shepard and Dawkins there to take him down. Jones finally getting another carry in this game, almost had some daylight if Lane didn't get him down. 7-yard gain for Thomas Jones, and on the second and 3, Jones gets it again and has another 7-yard gain under his belt. Shepard there for the stop. First and 10, Philadelphia 47. Grossman passes to the left flat for Gage, complete for 4 yards. Second and 6, Jones running it to the right side. The defense is on him that time. Trotter and Dawkins combining for the stop after a 1-yard gain. Third and 5, Grossman passes to Gage, complete again for 12 yards. Dawkins saving a potential touchdown with the tackle in the backfield. First and 10 from the Philadelphia 25. Grossman passes over the middle to David Terrell, now getting involved in the action for 14 yards. First and 10, Philadelphia 11. Grossman passes over the middle to Terrell again. We thought he was in the end zone, but they spot it right there at the 1, and we have a first and goal for the Bears. First pass to John Owens. It is caught, but they call him out of bounds. Incomplete pass on the play. Second and goal. Jones almost in the end zone, but gets taken out by his knees by Kalu. No gain, and on the third and goal, Jones gets the toss to the left side and is in the end zone. They are flying the touchdown blimp in Chicago, and Thomas Jones finally puts this Bears offense on the board, 17-7. Do the Bears have some life and a comeback left in them? There is plenty of time left in this game, but if McNabb and Terrell Owens have anything to do with it, they say no. First pass complete over the middle for 16 yards. But disaster strikes on the next play. On the first and 10, Westbrook runs it to the right side. Green hits him, and he is injured on the play. Both of our halfbacks have gone down in this game, and Brian Westbrook, much like Corral Buckhalter, will not be returning for the remainder of this game. Second and 9, with all of the wind taken out of the Eagles' sails. McNabb looking to pass, rolls to his right and gets sacked by Harris for a loss of 7. The 2-minute warning rolls on. McNabb throwing to the left side, looking for T.O. It's bounced up in the air, and it is intercepted by Mike Brown. A penalty flag is thrown on the play as Mike Brown runs it all the way back into the end zone for a touchdown. And lucky for the Eagles, a clipping call would be levied against the Chicago Bears while the return was happening from Mike Brown, which will bring the ball back all the way back to the Philadelphia 45, saving the touchdown, and absolutely more disaster than that disastrous stretch of plays right there. First and 10 from the Philadelphia 45. Jones gets 3 yards with the tackle from Trotter, and on the second and 7, Grossman finds Desmond Clark, the tight end, complete for 11 yards. 1st and 10 now from Philadelphia's 31. The pass is incomplete, but there is a penalty on Chicago. An ineligible receiver is downfield. A couple of penalties now piling up for the Chicago Bears. We get a 1st and 15 from the Philadelphia 37. Grossman on the 1st and 15 passes it over the middle to David Terrell, complete for 10 yards. Tyrone Williams there for the stop. 2nd and 5. Jones runs it to the right for 4 yards. Tyrone Williams again gets on the stop, and on the 3rd and 1, the Bears have no problem getting this one over the first down line. 5-yard gain on the play. Trotter there for the 1st and 10 on the Philadelphia 17. Now Grossman scrambles through the middle of the line for 4 yards, calls a timeout. These Bears are trying to make this a game before halftime comes around, and on the 2nd and 6, Grossman passes 11 yards to his tight end Clark. The touchdown is in the end zone. There is a defensive holding call on the defense, which the Bears will decline to give themselves their 2nd touchdown in the 2nd quarter. And heading into halftime, we alluded that there would be a little bit of a comeback from the Bears on our hands, and that comeback is here. Heading into the half, Eagles 17, the Bears 14, and you can't count Chicago out just yet. Looking at the stats from the half so far, time of possession, turnovers, total yards, everything very, very even, and we have a very well-fought match by the Bears and the Eagles so far out here in Chicago. The Bears will take over with possession here in the first half. Thomas Jones gets right back to where he was starting in that first half, getting a 5-yard gain on the first play. And on the second play of the game, he gets to the right side for 9 yards. Dawkins on the stop, but they are up at their own 41-yard line with that gain of 9 yards for the first down from Thomas Jones. You can see that juke there just put Trotter absolutely out of his shoes, and Dawkins is there to stop it from being even bigger than it could have been. On the next play, Jones runs up the middle for 2 yards. Nate Wayne there on the stop. 2nd and 8, Jones sweeps to the right for 2 yards again. Dawkins there to tackle him. And on the 3rd and 6, trying to keep the drive alive, Grossman just outthrows his receiver. It looks like Booker. Booker has not caught a pass yet in this game, which is surprising. And after the Eagles take over, the line wastes no time. Harris there again for the sack for a loss of 5. McNabb sacked again by Robinson. 2 sacks in a row by this Bears defense. And on the 3rd and 16, McNabb scrambles to his left, doesn't have anything, tries to make something out of nothing, and Tillman doesn't even let him get close. 9-yard gain. The Bears get the ball right back. On the 1st and 10, Grossman's pass dropped by Jones on that left side. Could have been something for the halfback. And on the 2nd and 10, Grossman, taking his time getting the play started, drops back quickly, throws it over to the right side, and Michael Lewis shows the bunnies, gets off the ground, takes that ball back for the Eagles, and the interception by the safety, Michael Lewis, has the ball back in Eagles possession. Let's take a look at that one more time. Lewis, the deep safety back there, sees Booker cutting across the middle, and he steps right in front of that floated pass. No problem holding on to that one, and the Eagles will take back over, trying to get this lead extended back into a comfortable spot yet again. 1st and 10 from the Chicago 42. McNabb finds Lewis on the right side for 10 yards. 2nd and inches. Ritchie punches it up the middle, only gets 1 yard, but that is enough for the first down from the Chicago 31. Bruce Perry, the rookie coming in for both of the injured halfbacks, spins out of a tackle, gets 4 yards up the middle. Mike Brown on the stop. 2nd and 4, McNabb passes over the middle to Todd Pinkston all alone. Gain of 21 on the play. Mike Brown there again for the stop. McNabb fakes the handoff, throws over the middle, has Owens, but the refs rule it caught out of bounds, incomplete on the pass. 2nd and goal. McNabb trying to get something out. Robinson gets him in the backfield for a loss of 3 yards. And on the 3rd and goal, McNabb trying to get into the end zone for another score, and he does just that. Finds Pinkston on the out route. It's in his hands. A perfectly placed pass out of the outstretched hands of Peanut Tillman, and Pinkston catches the 9-yard dart for a touchdown for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they have a 10-point lead yet again, 24-14, getting into the end of the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 from the Chicago 23. Thomas Jones runs it up the middle for 2 yards. Jones on the stop. 2nd and 8. Grossman passes incomplete, deflected by Lito Shepard. The Bears struggling to get some offense going after the great end to the first half. And just like that, Grossman finds Justin Gage, slips past Dawkins, and he is loose. He is headed down the left side of the field, gets about to the 15, where Michael Lewis gets across the field and manages to take him down after a gain of 60 yards on the huge play from Grossman to Gage. Let's see this one more time. He slips right past Shepard. He catches the ball with Dawkins trying to play some defense, and he is past the secondary with just Michael Lewis to beat. Gets past the 30, rolls past the 20, and Michael Lewis does save the touchdown by tackling him out of bounds there at the 15. 1st and 10 now the Bears are back in the red zone, and Grossman, thinking touchdown end zone on this first pass, throws it up to incomplete on the pass to Gage on that play. 2nd and 10. Grossman passes to Clark on the right side for 1 yard. Dhani Jones there to take him down quickly just over the line. 3rd and 9. Grossman throwing towards the end zone again. Passes deflected by Lewis. He needs to be careful if he's going to throw another interception again. And this time, Edinger steps up for the 28-yard field goal. It is good, and the Bears are back within striking distance. It's only a 7-point game, 24-17. The Eagles still on top. And at the end of the third quarter, Perry takes the run to the left side for no gain. And at the end of the third, we have a close one. This has been quite the comeback from the Bears, 24-17. Starting out the fourth quarter, 2nd and 10, McNabb passes to Freddie Mitchell, who catches the deep ball, eludes Peanut Tillman, and it seems like he's going to get all the way. Gets to the 10, and Peanut Tillman shoestring tackles him. A miracle tackle, but the damage has been done. A huge 75-yard connection from McNabb over the top of Peanut Tillman. He just runs right past him, circles around him, can't make the tackle, but luckily Tillman has the speed to recover and get back to save the touchdown and get Mitchell down for that 75-yard gain. And on the 1st and 5, first and goal from the 5-yard line, Bruce Perry, the rookie, gets the call. He's got some daylight to the right, gets a great block from his fullback Richie, and the Rook gets into the end zone for the touchdown to put some more daylight between the Eagles and the Bears. The score now 31-17. The Bears, though, still are not done. 1st and 10 from the 20, Grossman finds Terrell for 11 yards. Michael Lewis gets there for the tackle. On the 1st and 10 from the 31, he finds Terrell again for 7 yards. Lewis tackles him again for the 2nd and 3. Grossman, this time incomplete, but there is a defensive pass interference called on Michael Lewis. Bailout from the refs this time. They want to see a close one. We can't fight the NFL script if the NFL script is going to do that thing to us. 1st and 10 now for the Bears in Philadelphia territory on the 48. Grossman looking over the middle for David Terrell yet again, gets 15 yards. Lewis puts another tackle in his stat column. 1st and 10 from Philadelphia's 33. Grossman passes Terrell, quickly becoming his favorite target, and Lewis just getting a ton of tackles in this sequence. Grossman's pass that time deflected by Dhani Jones, almost going the other direction. 2nd and 10. The Bears are pushing it here in the red zone from the 13. Grossman finally finds Marty Booker, his star receiver, over the middle for 10 yards. Lewis gets another tackle. 1st and goal now from the Philadelphia 3. Jones just barely takes down Jones right before the end zone, and then Jones gets another try, and Dhani Jones says no, but he sacrifices his body to do it. The third major injury to hit the Philadelphia Eagles in this game, and on the 3rd and goal, we had another big play right after a big injury. Grossman finds Clark on the left side, no one there to take him down, and the Bears come screaming right back, 31-24, once again within spitting distance of this lead, and the crowd in Chicago knows that they are not out of it yet. 1st and down from Philadelphia's 20. Perry runs up the middle for just 2 yards. Urlacher there for the stop. 2nd and 8. Richie takes the run this time, gets up the middle for 4 yards. Lance Briggs to tackle him there. And on the 3rd and 4, they need the first down to put this one away, and Robinson drags Perry down before the line, and Dirk Johnson is here to punt the ball away. And you know, if we are showing a punt, something bad is about to happen. Peanut Tillman takes the punt, misses the tackle from McDougal, and he has nothing but space and speed in front of him. Sheldon Brown chasing with haste, but Peanut Tillman will get into the end zone clean. No penalties, no clipping to be found. The Bears with the miracle punt return touchdown from Charles Peanut Tillman. You can see McDougal missed the tackle right there, and that was the only missed tackle he needed. No one else even came close to touching him. He crosses the 10, the 5, and he will take it all the way into the end zone for 6. The 2-minute warning passes by, and the Eagles trying to get one more score in before the end of the game. 1st and 10, McNabb starts well with a pass to Pinkston over the middle for 14 yards. He tries to make magic happen again with Freddie Mitchell. It is dropped on contact on the 2nd and 10. McNabb looking for Owens on the left post. He catches it, has a few extra yards, 22 total yards on the play. That will give the Eagles a 1st and 10 from Chicago territory on the 44. McNabb rolling now is complete to Pinkston again for 11 yards over the middle. 1st and 10 from the 33. McNabb looking for Lewis over the middle, his tight end, the Max Chad, drops it over the middle, and on the 2nd and 10, McNabb throwing over the middle, gets deflected up in the air by Lance Briggs, and he grabs it for himself, and Bruce Perry luckily takes him down before he could get too much space between us and them, and that big play by Lance Briggs saves the Chicago Bears, and it's going to give them another chance to get the lead before regulation ends after a couple of plays. Grossman throwing one deep all the way over the middle. It was in somebody's hands, but it gets knocked out on the contact, and that is going to bring us to bonus football. The Bears complete their comeback, managing to tie this thing 31-31 before the end of regulation, and we head to overtime. The Eagles, being the visiting team, gets to call the toss, and with the call up in the air, they get it again. They call heads, they get heads, the Eagles take over with a chance to win it. McNabb passes to Owens, gets a stiff arm on his defender, Peanut Tillman. You can run fast, but you sure can't take T.O. down. 21-yard gain there from T.O., and we have to see this one again. T.O., not happy that he's playing overtime football right now, tells Tillman to get off of him. I have a game to go and win for my squad right now. 1st and 10 from Philadelphia's 41. McNabb sacked by Alfonso Boone for a loss of 5. The defensive line has gotten great push today. McNabb sees Owens, has Owens, grabs it. 22 more yards. Huge 3rd down conversion for the Eagles there as they drive up the field. McNabb to Owens again. You got to use the cheat code when you're trying to win a game. Complete for 12 yards. Browns there on the stop, but we have a 1st and 10 from the Chicago 30. And the Eagles are ready to not throw this one away again. Ritchie runs it up the middle for 5 yards. Green on the stop. 2nd and 5. Perry runs it up the middle for 4 yards. Briggs takes him down. And on 3rd and 1, Ritchie runs it up the middle for a healthy 8-yard gain. The safeties, Green and Brown, there for the stop, and that will give David Akers a 30-yard chip shot, which he puts just left of the middle. But good field goal is good field goal. And the Eagles, they needed overtime. They could have run away with it, but, a win continues to be a win. And the Philadelphia Eagles remain undefeated, 4-0, winning this one in Chicago, 34-31. A well-fought game from the Chicago Bears. The Eagles needed everything that they had to take the win in this one, and we will see you on the next one. Taking a look at the final stats for the game, we did end up winning the possession and total yards battle, outgaining the Bears in every single category. Those 2 turnovers did hurt us very greatly at the end of the day. Looking at our player stats, McNabb was 15 for 25 for 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 very, very hurtful interceptions. They did hurt my feelings. Westbrook had 7 attempts for 33 yards and a running touchdown. He also had those 2 receptions for 73 yards, which were big. T.O., 6 receptions, 106 yards, 1 touchdown. Pinkston also had 5 receptions for 76 yards and 1 touchdown. T.O. really held it down when we needed him to. And our defensive players of the game are 2 safeties, Brian Dawkins, 8 total tackles, and Michael Lewis, 7 total tackles, and that 1 big takeaway in the form of the interception. You can't forget Jeremiah Trotter's big interception as well. So that's going to take us into the bye week here in this Philadelphia Eagles franchise. And the one thing that we really need to be concerned about here in this bye week is the fact that both of our halfbacks are hurt, and Tahani Jones is hurt as well. Luckily, the injury for Buckhalter will not last as long. It's only theoretically for a week. We should have him back in the following week. Westbrook going down for 6 weeks really hurts us. And Tahani Jones, that fractured arm, here's the thing with fractured arms. A lot of the time, fractured arms, they will transition from being out to being probable. So while that 15 weeks on the fractured arm does hurt, it doesn't feel good, it's not what we want, we will probably be okay riding with what we got. We have Correll Buckhalter back next week with just those migraines. Westbrook being out for a little bit does hurt, but I don't think we need to go and look at other halfbacks. We're already kind of strapped in terms of salary cap, and we have a good team. We still have McNabb functioning. We still have T.O. We still have an absolutely elite defense. This is why Mark Simoneau is sitting on our bench, so we can work around this. So I think that we're going to be okay. So without further ado, that's going to do it for this episode of the ESPN NFL 2K5 Eagles Franchise Dynasty Run. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I live stream these games, so if you want to catch these games live, come and hang out with us. This has been Peanuts 24/7. Thanks for hanging out, and playing a little bit of ESPN 2K5 with us. We'll see you next time.